I don't want us to have it.
I'm going to do very coolly.
The truck was actually coming from Ring Road. It missed a step. So as it was trying to gather itself, it fell.
What we are witnessing these days, it is something we can no longer understand.
They should stop telling us and promising us all those promises are fake, giving us this set of promises are fake. We don't want it anymore.
The news headlines. Over 34,000 Jehovah's Witnesses attend 2025 Pure Worship Convention in Port Harcourt.
But false information regarding our worship of God puts in danger our receiving God's approval. Ultimately,
for the cars, we have to cleaning departments. There are volunteers, and then we have the people that care for program. So with this, we're able to manage this despite.
Jehovah is inviting us lasting life. Jehovah wants to give us everlasting life, not 100, not 1,000, not million years, but everlasting life. It was really interesting and heartwarming for me to be here.
South governors and leaders of APC adopt President Tinubu as sole 2027 presidential candidate.
Community says, aye. And those against say nay. For the eyes have it. There is no nay yet. So I drop the gaffer. Ekpaka. Vote of confidence on the 4 APC governors of the South region, that these 4 governors should be re-elected to their respective states. Unopposed. Not be so at
the South geopolitical zone, I can boldly announce to you that we are in safe hands and on a trajectory for greatness. According to an anonymous axiom, it's a great error to change a working formula, a productive philosophy, or an efficient workman.
Okpela Kingdom in Edo North Senatorial District installs new king.
Great king is standing ovation. Can we do it to recognize a great king, a fortress of our tradition and culture?
It is the hope of His Excellency Senator Monday Obaolo that your reign will usher in enduring peace, unity, and sustainable development.
Good evening and thank you for joining us on BeeTv Major News at 6, reaching you live from the city's capital, Edo State, Nigeria. I am God's Gift Omone. Now the news in details. It was a day of royalty, tradition and celebration as the people of Okpela Kingdom in Edo North Senatorial District gathered in grand numbers for the coronation ceremony of His Royal Highness, Engineer Michael Eshuoronoya Olorunfemi Sado, the newly crowned Oku-Okpela Gbe of Okpela. BeeTv News Best Orator reports that the event held at the primary school field in Okugbe, Okpela drew dignitaries, royal fathers, politicians, and guests from all corners of the country.
Great king is standing ovation. Can we do it to recognize a great king, a fortress of our tradition and culture?
From the early hours of the day, there was celebration in the air as guests trooped in. The community stood in unity to receive their new monarch. His Royal Highness made a grand entrance, welcomed by traditional greetings by elders and chants of praise from the people. The event began with an opening prayer by Apostle Gideon Adomabo, followed by the national anthem resounding across the field as a symbol of unity and pride. A magnificent royal procession graced the ceremony. Notable royal fathers, including His Royal Highness the Idonije of Sat Ibe, His Royal Highness the Azamanudo I of Imekabu, and in a remarkable show of solidarity, His Royal Highness the Emir of Kano.
To our elders who continuously preserve our tradition, to our chiefs, my temporary palace doors are open.
We are indeed grateful. Accept our thanks in the name of Jesus. Even as we pray at this great hour, we ask, O God, that your mercy will save this arena in the name of God the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
Also present were top political figures, captains of industry, community leaders, and sons and daughters of Okpila Kingdom, all there to witness the defining moment in the kingdom's history. The highlight of the ceremony was the formal presentation of the staff of office to His Royal Highness Engineer Michael Eshoronoya Olorufemi Sado, by the Governor of Edo State, His Excellency Senator Monday Okpebolo, represented by the Honorable Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Honorable Sir Barrister Lucky Esegbe. In his address, Governor Monday Okpebolo, represented by the Commissioner for Local Government Affairs, congratulated the newly crowned monarch and encouraged him to lead with peace, wisdom, and justice. He also reaffirmed the state government's commitment to supporting the progress and development of Okpila Kingdom.
Today's ceremony is not just a celebration of our cherished traditions. It is the long-established cultural right and community endorsement which have rightfully affirmed His Royal Majesty's ascension to the reverend throne of Okpila. I extend my heartfelt congratulations to His Royal Majesty and peace-loving people of Okpila on this remarkable milestone. Your Royal Majesty, your elevation to this exalted throne is a clear testament to the confidence, trust, and admiration your people have in your leadership. It is the hope of His Excellency Senator Monday Okpebolo that your reign will usher in enduring peace, unity, and sustainable development in Okpila. Okpila will witness unprecedented peace. Okpila will witness unprecedented growth, prosperity, and may your reign be long and peaceful and powerful.
As tradition demands, the coronation was colored by cultural display, including energetic dance troupes, masquerade performances, and reenactment of Okpila's ancient history. The crowd was then treated with live performances from Nigeria's finest, Magneto, the lyrical dynamite, the ever-brilliant High Prince Zamani, and crowd favorite Big Jeff, whose electrifying set brought the event to life. In a remark, the Okokbilagbe of Okbila, His Royal Highness Engineer Michael Eshonoruya Olorunfemi Sado expressed heartfelt appreciation to all present, vowing to lead with integrity, respect for tradition, and a deep sense of service to the people of Okbila Kingdom.
Okbila Kingdom has what we have in stock for the community before they make their informed decision. I wish to extend my hand of fellowship to all persons, irrespective of age and affinity, to join hands with me in building a new Okbila. Just like our governor is building a new Edo for us all. From this day, we have only one allegiance, the prosperity of them.
As the sun set over the kingdom, the celebration ended in grand style. His Royal Highness made his triumphant return to the palace, accompanied by cheers, traditional music, and a procession of well-wishers, marking the beginning of a new era for Okbila people. Best Orator reporting for BeeTv News.
According to findings, there are thousands of religions in the world today, with many people accepting beliefs that are not acceptable to the creator of the universe, Jehovah God. A public Bible lecture delivered at the Jehovah's Witness Convention with a theme, Do You Worship What You Know?, explains why people should have a deep study of God's word, the Bible, to enable them worship God in acceptable ways. Our senior reporter, Best Orator, who was at the Jehovah's Witness Convention in Port Harcourt, River State, brings us details. The Edo State Police Command has taken proactive measures to prevent any potential security breaches during the Neo Black Movement Founders Day celebration. The NBA, popularly addressed as the Aye Confraternity, annually celebrates its Founders Day ceremony on the 7th day of July, officially refers to as 7/7. The command in its intelligence reports disclosed an alleged plan to cause mayhem on the said 7/7 day, which is an annual event. In a statement released by CSP Moses Joel Yamu, Police Public Relations Officer, Edo State Command, on the 6th day of July 2025, and made available to newsmen, added that the command has, in a proactive move, made developments across the states to ensure that there is no breakdown of law and order. The statement further warned hoteliers, lounge and bars owners across the states, as well as other places that could serve as a harbor point for the criminal perpetrators, not to host any unlawful gathering in their business premises, as they would be made to face the wrath of the law. While appealing to the public to be security conscious and promptly report any suspicious gatherings or activities around them to the police, the Commissioner of Police, CP Monday Agbonika, is cautioning parents and guardians to keep their children out of crime, as there may be no secret cows. The public is advised to cooperate with security agencies to ensure a peaceful and safe Edo spaces. According to findings, there are thousands of religions in the world today, with many people accepting beliefs that are not acceptable to the creator of the universe, Jehovah God. A public Bible lecture delivered at the Jehovah's Witness Convention with the theme, Do You Worship What You Know?, explains why people should have a deep study of God's word, the Bible, to enable them worship God in acceptable ways. Our senior reporter, Best Orator, who was at the Jehovah's Witness Convention in Port Harcourt, River State, brings us details.
The Jehovah's Witnesses, one of the largest non-profit making organizations in the world, have been holding their 2025 convention with the theme Pure Worship. The 3-day convention, holding in different parts of the world, have been featuring Bible-based discourse for practical living, interviews, and reenactment of some biblical events in the past. And here at the Adoke Amesia Marcus Stadium in the River State capital, South Nigeria, around 30,000 of these witnesses have been benefiting from various Bible talks. Being the last day for the week in this convention, the Jehovah's Witnesses and their friends are hoping to get answer to one of the highlights of the convention. With the theme, do you worship what you know? And also the last talk, remain in Jehovah's spiritual temple. The talk is expected to motivate the witnesses to continue to stay in Jehovah's organization, particularly now that we're living in the last days. And so we're here to bring you the highlights and the finale of this convention for this week right here in Port Harcourt. Now, Jehovah's Witnesses embarked on a campaign to invite people to listen to a Bible discourse with the theme, do you worship what you know? Here at the Convention of the Witnesses in Port Harcourt, River State, the answer was provided. The speaker, Lowell Taylor, said many people today believe unverified information and the lines between truth and falsehood is now blurred, adding that many do not understand their religious beliefs and have not taken the time to verify it. He said false information about their worship puts Christians in danger of their relationship with God and the prospect of everlasting life. The speaker emphasized that for the fact that many believe in certain things does not make it the truth. He said the woman mentioned in John 4:20-23 wanted to know the right way to worship God. Then Jesus told her that the right way to worship God should be based on the truth found in God's word, the Bible. Reading from Romans 12:1, Taylor said, it is important to examine the form of worship that people are offering to God and think through it, and when anyone discovers that his form of worship is not acceptable, whether or not it was passed to them by their parents or community and which could harm their spirituality, it is important therefore to remember what is recorded in Jeremiah 14:14, where Jehovah rejected the false worship and prophecies of some false prophets who claimed to be prophesying for God, but they misrepresented God, which he said is also the case today. He said the Bible promotes discernment, thinking ability, and common sense to aid the search for true and pure worship. He said even though false religion have done much damage to what the Bible says, many people in the world who have thoroughly searched the Bible for the truth have rejected the human philosophy and empty teachings of false religion. While those in attendance paid close attention to biblical advice on how they can worship God in an acceptable way, Lowell Taylor said, it is sad that so many people still cling to false teachings, even though they have discovered the falsehood in such teachings, and said there is need for such ones to make immediate adjustment and reject false religion and worship Jehovah in spirit and truth.
But false information regarding our worship of God puts in danger our receiving God's approval, ultimately our prospects for everlasting life. Just as a rotten tree should be thrown into the fire, false religion should be rejected. The course of wisdom is to break free from any religion that teaches falsehood or condones what God condemns. In contrast, the true religion produces good fruit. However, the Creator wants you to have accurate knowledge of the truth. In fact, He is actively searching for ones who want accurate knowledge about the truth.
The last talk for the convention, titled Remain in Jehovah's Great Spiritual Temple, the speaker, Gary Brew, said it is important for servants of Jehovah to remain in his spiritual temple. He said Jehovah's great spiritual temple is the arrangement God has put in place so that people can worship him acceptably, which is made possible through the ransom sacrifice of Jesus Christ. He said although faithful Israelites worship Jehovah in the great temple where the high priest entered the tabernacle to offer animal sacrifice, he said such form of worship has ended after Jesus paid for the sins of humans once and for all. He said to worship God in truth means that Christians must conform their ways of life based on Jehovah's true teaching, and to worship God in spirit means Christian needs Jehovah's Holy Spirit to understand deep Bible prophecies. On how to remain in Jehovah's great spiritual temple, the speaker emphasized 3 ways, namely to uphold Jehovah's standards, imitate the example of Jesus Christ, who is the high priest, based on 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 21, where Christians were encouraged to follow the model set by Jesus Christ. And lastly, that everyone should take the opportunity to actively preach the good news of God's kingdom and offer Jehovah sacrifice of praise through wholesome and wholesome devotion.
By following Jesus' steps, we can have a good conscience, knowing we always will be pleasing to Jehovah. So study the Gospels carefully, meditate on them, and watch the subtle periodically, and think about, ask yourself, what lessons can I learn from Jesus' words? How can I apply it right?
For some of the worshippers, the gains of the convention are enormous.
What I've learned, what has really been emphasized Friday, Saturday, Sunday, in all the talks, is our Creator wants pure worship. He wants clean worship. And the best example for us was His Son Jesus Christ that He sent to the earth. And the movies that have been presented about Jesus' life based directly on the Bible, it also highlights these qualities. Clean, pure worship.
What I've learned, I've got to know about how to promote pure worship in Jehovah's organization. I also learned about the dramas and how it depicts Jesus' life and His teachings and the way He lived, and it's really encouraging to me.
The biggest thing I feel from the convention was that true worship truly is possible. Pure worship is truly possible when we focus on Jesus' example.
How He treats other people.
One thing I'm going to take home is how Jesus handled temptations, the 3 temptations from the devil. He quoted the Bible, He used God's name. So whenever I'm faced with any temptation, I want to remember Jesus.
I've learned so many things, like through Jesus, God has actually taught us the right way to worship Him. And so when He makes statements, in this convention, I come to understand so much meaning in His talks, so that I can actually worship Jehovah, who is His Father, who has sent Him to teach us in a better way.
Meanwhile, in a different location, other sets of Jehovah's Witnesses attended the convention at the Assembly Hall, also in Edo State.
We're right here at the Igrutali Assembly Hall of Jehovah's Witnesses, located in Edo State, in Port Harcourt, the Edo State capital, where this convention is equally going on simultaneously, same as the one you've seen at the stadium. Yes, one interesting thing about this assembly hall is that it's undergoing massive renovation. I can't tell you that for free. And of course, a lot of persons have been talking to us behind the camera, how they've been enjoying this 3-day spiritual banquet. And of course, we have right here one of those who've been helping to manage this facility, who will be talking to us. Can you talk to us quickly? We've been told that this used to be a 5,000 capacity hall, right? And now it has been reduced to 3,000. Why is that?
Well, this is to ensure that the delegates are not heated up because of the heat from the sun, and there will be easy access for the conventioners to easily pass.
So have you been able to manage this facility so far?
Well, Jehovah has really been helping us. The friends are really happy because they are enjoying the benefits of the major renovation that has been taking place. Before, we never had the nursing mothers room, but now we have one so that the nursing mothers can easily take care of their babies. And then we have the wind-driven fan to extract the heat from the hall, so that the delegates will be comfortable as they listen to spiritual talks. And then we have the beautiful, cozy plastic chairs that will allow the delegates to be comfortable and relaxed as they listen. And also we have the modern toilet. Also installed in the modern toilet is audio system, so that while you are easing nature, you can as well benefit from the spiritual program.
The first is that Jehovah God is a God of organization, and His people follow the same pattern. So we have various departments. For example, the attendant departments to help people to take their seats. We have the parking department to help people park their cars and also care for the cars. We have also cleaning departments. There are volunteers, and then we have the people that care for program. So with this, we're able to manage this, despite that people are many. So Jehovah has helped us to carry out this activity.
It is very heartwarming to be here to worship Jehovah as a group, and especially the talk today that talks about, do we know what we worship? Jehovah is inviting us to search his word, the Bible. There we can find the truth, and that truth can give us everlasting life. Jehovah wants to give us everlasting life, not 100, not 1,000, not million years, but everlasting life. It was really interesting and heartwarming for me to be here.
Why the Jehovah's Witnesses organization renovated the Igrutali Assembly Hall in River State, the witnesses also carried out a massive cleanup and renovation work at the Adoke Amesiamaka Stadium. They successfully sank 3 boreholes, put in place fetching points across the stadium, reactivated the existing borehole, installed electricity, and many more. The stadium manager, Mrs. Grace Shukuka, said what the Jehovah's Witnesses did at the facility is first of its kind, while others commented on the first aid, security arrangements at the convention by volunteers, as well as the general facility.
Okay, so like we installed boreholes. We drilled 3 new boreholes on the facility just to support what the facility already has. We had storage tank in place, like I said, about 50,000 liters of storage. In addition to what the facility has, we also installed pressure pumps, and the stadium was very nice enough. The authority gave us toilet fittings, which they had. We installed that in the toilets so that it's more convenient for people to use, and also we have good hygiene in the toilets. This preparation has been on for months. You might say it's just a 3-day convention, but the preparation has been far more on for more than 3 months.
Just like we heard from the last song, it says to do your will is our delight. The brothers and sisters here is their delight to do Jehovah's will. So they come out willingly, they volunteer themselves, self-sacrificing, and you see them work together as a team.
The Jehovah's Witness has done a lot. When they came, just like when they said they want to use that place, I was like, how possible is it going to be? But with time, I started seeing graders, equipment coming in, and before you know it, they turned that place to a car park. Even in less than 2-3 weeks, we could not recognize. If you are not used to the stadium, you won't know that that is the part of the stadium. Very much impressed, very, very impressed.
Despite the thousands of public and private vehicles at the convention, the attendants made sure that everyone parked in designated car parks, showing the proper coordination by the witnesses. The Jehovah's Witnesses left the facility better than they met it. And finally, 34,992 persons attended the final session of the Pure Worship Convention right here at the Adoke Amesiamaka Stadium in the Port Harcourt, the River State capital. 403 new ordained ministers who had symbolized the dedication to God through water baptism were also recorded, and 2,191 persons volunteered in the various departments to make the 3-day convention a huge success. This may have ended, but according to the Jehovah's Witnesses, the Pidgin English Convention will also hold same venue next week. From Port Harcourt, Best Orator reporting for BeeTv News.
Thank you, Best Orator. The All Progressive Congress South-South region has unanimously adopted President Bola Ahmed Tinubu as its sole candidate for the 2027 general elections. The decision was taken during the APC South-South region stakeholders meeting held at the Victor Waifo Creative Hall, Benin City, Edo State. BeeTv News Best Orator has details.
Community says, aye. And those against say nay. Oh, the ayes have it. There is no nay here. So I drop the governor,
Gathered at the APC South-South Regional Stakeholders Meeting in Benin City, the Edo State capital, are the progressive governors of the South-South, who include the governor of Edo State and host, Senator Monday Okpebolo, governor of Cross River State, Senator Prince Basi Utu, governor of Akwa Ibom State, Pastor Umo Eno, governor of Delta State, Elder Sheriff Oborewori, represented by his deputy, Sir Monday Oyema, members of the National Assembly, led by the Senate President Godswill Akpabio, APC National Acting Chairman Alhaji Ali Buka Daluri, and delegates of the party from the 6 South states in attendance. In his welcome address, the governor of Edo State and host of the South-South Stakeholders Meeting, Senator Monday Okpebholo, welcomed his guests to the state, stating that the meeting is significant as it is the first effort to get the stakeholders of the South-South region to come together to discuss in one voice. Governor Okpebholo appreciated President Tinubu for the support that has helped him achieve a lot in the state in the various sectors. Okpebholo commended the progressive governors, including the governor of Akwa Ibom State and Delta, who recently aligned with the party, and urged other South-South governors who are yet to join to emulate the Akwa Ibom and Delta State governor to align and support to join and move the president's renewed hope agenda forward.
I also thank my colleagues, the progressive governors, more especially when I used to say to the governor of Cross River State is alone. But now he's not alone. South-South is gradually coming back to its footing. In the past, the leadership of Nigeria is in the South. So we are coming back.
In a remark, the Senate President Godswill Akpabio said the South-South region plays a pivotal role in Nigeria's economy and progress. He noted the economy and progress of the country, saying that the region's unity ahead of the 2027 election demonstrates their support for the president's mandate. Senator Akpabio commended the South-South regional governors and emphasized that the South-South lawmakers in the National Assembly are united and will work towards the party's progress. He also promised the president of landmark development projects across the country.
In the National Assembly, from the South-South region, that we are one block, and we are prepared to work with our national vice chairman, our national chairman, to ensure that our national leader, come 2027, returns unfettered and unopposed. This region will not only speak, we will show with our votes. So let me, on behalf of my dear colleagues, congratulate all of you, particularly those of you from the red chambers and the green chambers of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
On his part, the South-South Zone regional governors said the renewed hope agenda of President Tinubu has empowered them to do more for their respective states and assured the president that they will work together as a strong, united force to ensure the return of the president in 2027.
We are back home to bring everything from the grassroots to the table so we can have enough cake to share for Akwa Ibom people. It's a beautiful combination and we'll continue to work for the progress of our people, cooperating with all others in the South-South region to ensure that we continue to speak with one voice.
The South-South geopolitical zone, I can boldly announce to you that we are in safe hands and on a trajectory for greatness. According to an anonymous axiom, it's a great error to change a working formula, a productive philosophy, or an efficient workman. We in the South-South have tested and trusted the capacity of Mr. President.
In his address, the APC Acting National Chairman Alhaji Ali Buka Daluri thanked the South-South governors for supporting the renewed hope agenda of President Tinubu, noting that the gathering shows the unity of South-South region and the appreciation for the president's policies that has impacted the country positively. He urged the South-South region to remain united and support the party.
We appreciate you and we are proud of peaceful disposition of the region in socio-economic development of our country. Let us therefore work together to strengthen the unity of this country and promote inclusive development.
Earlier, in his opening remarks, the APC National Vice Chairman South-South Zone, Chief Victor Giadon, commended the courage and patriotism of leaders of the party from the South-South region. He emphasized the need for stakeholders to be vigorously mobilized for the party's success and President Tinubu's re-election in 2027. On their part, the APC South-South State Chairman, including Edo State Chairman Emperor Jared Tenebe, noted significant development in their states, attributing it to the president's support for their governors. They reaffirmed their commitment to advancing the party's progress and securing the president's re-election in 2027. There were good women messages from the National Publicity Secretary, Barrister Phyllis Muka, and the APC National Woman Leader, Dr. Mrs. Mary Alile.
It is our hope that the governor of Rivers State and Bayelsa and their stakeholders would emulate Delta and Akwa Ibom State. Our governor keyed into the third stanza of the national anthem is building a state where no man is oppressed.
As I stand here to speak, I remember that the governor of a state made a declaration. He cried to God and said, I do not want to remain an orphan. And like the Bible says in the book of Romans, faith and work. He did not only make a prophetic statement, we followed with work. Gave birth to our governor, the governor of Edo State.
In a communique issued after the meeting, the South-South APC passed a vote of confidence in the leadership of President Tinubu, unanimously adopted President Tinubu as the sole presidential candidate for the 2027 election, and endorsed Senator Monday Okpebholo and other South-South governors as the party's sole candidates for their respective state elections.
We passed a vote of confidence on the 4 APC governors of the South-South region, that these 4 governors should be re-elected to their respective states. Unopposed. Don't be so at
Those in support of the adoption of the entirety of the community says aye. And those against say nay. On your mandate we shall stand.
Best Orator reporting for BeeTv News.
The governor of Edo State, Senator Monday Okpebholo, has approved the sum of 1 billion naira as bursary support for students of Edo State origin in tertiary institutions across the country. Governor Okpebholo, during a town hall meeting with young people in Edo State, recently pledged to look into a passionate request made by various youth leaders. The youth had requested for the introduction of bursaries to assist Edo indigents pursuing higher education in various institutions nationwide. The approval of the bursary initiative by Governor Okpebholo, barely 8 months in office, is expected to become an annual program designed to ease the financial burden on students and their families. According to Governor Okpebholo, eligibility for the bursary will be based on proper verification through the applicant's local government of origin, to ensure that only genuine indigents of the state benefit from the scheme. Governor Okpebholo emphasized that the initiative aligns with his administration's broader vision to enhance access to quality education, encourage academic excellence, and support the aspirations of Edo youths to contribute meaningfully to the development of the state and the nation. A statement signed by the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Mr. Fred Itua, said further details on application procedures and timelines will be made available by the various relevant government agencies. In what appears to be a strong signal yet of shifting political alignments in Rivers State, one of Governor Siminalayi Fubara's most prominent support groups, the Simplicity Movement, has officially dissolved and rebranded itself as the Rivers Grassroots Movement. The decision was taken over the weekend in line with the truce between President Tinubu and the warring parties. BeeTv News' Osaroge Agwebo has details.
The Simplicity Movement launched exactly a year ago at the Kalabari National College KNC field in Bugama, Asari Tori local government area. The Simplicity Movement had members in 23 local government areas of the state. The announcement to disband and rebrand the group was made during a major stakeholders meeting in Port Harcourt, in what the group says is full compliance with the directive of the governor for all political structures operating its name to disband and realign with the evolving peace process. Speaking at the meeting, the national leader of the group, Sumbomabo Jack Rich, said the group, which has been a strong supporter of Fubara, is in support of the peace move. He noted that while the movement is ending, the values and vision continue under a new name and mandate.
It is in this light that we do not view the peace pact between the governor and the FCT minister, who is also the governor's political father, as a loss or concession, but rather a new vista of opportunity for the needed collaboration that will bind the state together in peace and set us on a trajectory of genuine progress.
According to him, the Rivers grassroots movement will operate as a non-partisan civic platform focused on civic engagement, peace building, grassroots empowerment, and policy advocacy. The group commended FC Minister and former Rivers Governor Nyesom Wike for embracing reconciliation and reaffirmed its loyalty to Governor Fubara. Other leaders of the group who spoke re-echoed a call on all supporters across the 23 local government areas to remain peaceful, disciplined, and united in the pursuit of a stable and progressive Rivers State.
The purpose of this meeting is to relate with you and communicate with you through our national leader the latest happenings in these states and how it bothers us, and at the same time discuss the way forward.
This movement is a platform that will shift grounds a little bit and allow a full reconciliation to happen. It will also give room for all Rivers people to be truly part of that reconciliation process.
The ongoing peace efforts have been commended by many quarters, including the Rivers Elders Forum, which had also urged the president to reinstate Governor Fubara with the return of peace. Osarogie Agwebo, reporting for BeeTv News.
In a proactive measure to tackle the persistent challenge of erosion and flooding in Edo State, the Chief Executive Officer of the Edo Flood, Erosion and Watershed Management Agency, Honorable Ahmed Musa Momo, has embarked on a strategic inspection tour to assess critical gully erosion sites in Edo North Senatorial District of the state. BeeTv News senior reporter reports that the visit underscores the agency's unwavering commitment to identifying and addressing environmental degradation, especially in erosion-prone areas.
While noting that the oversight exercise focused on assessing the state of infrastructure, personnel welfare, budget implementation, and operational readiness of the NAF units, Rurum said the armed forces remain the backbone of our national security architecture, and the Air Force is particularly pivotal in our counter-terrorism effort, internal security operations, and safeguarding the sovereignty of our airspace. According to him, Kaduna holds a strategic position in the operational structure of the Nigerian Air Force. It hosts some of the most vital training schools, air logistic facilities, and operational units, and expressed concerns over recurring challenges such as chronic underfunding of critical operations and infrastructure, delays in capital releases, poor welfare conditions, inadequate accommodation for personnel, delayed payment of salaries and allowances, as well as aging and overstretched operational platforms.
Let me assure you that the committee will not treat these observations lightly. As a committee, we are committed to ensuring that your voices are heard on the floor of the House of Representatives and that budgetary provisions reflect the need of the force. We also engage the relevant stakeholders in the executive arm to ensure timely release of funds, improve welfare packages, and a better working environment for our gallant airmen and women.
The deputy chairman of the committee and the officers also comment on the visit, both pledging commitments to the welfare of the gallant men.
Our committee remains fully committed to advocating for improving funding, timely releases, and targeted investment to address critical gaps in personnel welfare, accommodation, and operational assets. We will take all your concerns back to the National Assembly with a firm resolve to ensure that the Nigerian Air Force gets the resources it needs to function effectively.
He described the visit as not just routine inspections, but golden opportunity to witness firsthand the operational realities confronting the gallant airmen and to deepen their understanding of what it truly means to serve on the front lines. Harmony Agba for reporting for BeeTv News.
In a proactive measure to tackle the persistent challenge of erosion and flooding in Edo State, the Chief Executive Officer of the Edo Flood Erosion and Watershed Management Agency, Honorable Ahmed Musa Momo, has embarked on a strategic inspection tour to assess critical gully erosion sites in Edo North Senatorial District of the state. BeeTv News senior reporter reports that the visit underscores the agency's unwavering commitment to identifying and addressing environmental degradation, especially in erosion-prone areas.
You tried to carry somebody yesterday and carry the person away. I want to tell you
During the inspection of the gully erosion sites in parts of Edo North, Honorable Ahmed Musa Momo and his team visited several affected communities, including the Auchi Gully site, Ayugweri, J2 and Ibie in Esako West local government area. The visit was met with great enthusiasm by residents who expressed gratitude and hope following the presence of the Edo former boss and his entourage. Community members described the visit as timely and a clear indication that their cries for help are being heard.
That is coming from Ogireni Palace, and the battle between the two are there, Apasho, that is destroyed the Berigrad between the Christian and the Muslims. And if you go to the Berigrad now, you will see that there are about 100 graves they have removed, they have washed away. And this erosion is connecting with that erosion by the concrete road here. From there, it will not go to Ibienafe, cross between Ibienafe and the Yakpi, and it's also going to Ajele. It's a very large erosion.
Honorable Ahmed Musa Momo, while addressing some members of the communities, expressed deep concern over the devastating part of gully erosion and land degradation in the area. He noted that the menace pose a serious threat to lives, property, and livelihoods. He reassured the people that the agency, under his leadership, is working closely with the state government to design and implement sustainable solutions that will bring relief to the affected regions. He further assured the residents that the administration of His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Edo State, Senator Monday Okpebholo, remains committed to improving infrastructure and environmental resilience across all parts of the state. According to him, no community will be left behind in the fight against erosion, and that urgent steps will be taken to initiate rehabilitation and control projects in the identified locations.
Communities, your community, I'm from Ayugweri now. To see the erosion, part of Ayugweri. I want to Auchi and the environs, see our projects that are all doing that were done by me now, to put the extent of the seated business that the community called on us to we also the food market, local seated. That's why the erosion is proper drainage calling on the community to do their best. On erosion, on culture, this is the straight road. Down almost 1 kilometer.
The inspection tour by Honorable Ahmed Musa Momo marks as a critical step in Edo State government's environmental intervention efforts. With strong government backing and proactive engagement, there is renewed hope that lasting solutions to the flood and erosion problems plaguing Edo North and other parts of the state will be addressed by the state government. Best Orator reporting for BeeTv News.
Some Nigerians have reacted on the decision to reduce the price of its DSTV decoder by 50%, dropping it from 20 to 10,000 naira to get more subscribers back on board after it has lost about 1.4 million subscribers between 2023 and 2025. The report.
Nigerians have expressed mixed feelings with the announcement of the reduction of price of DSTV decoder by 50% by Multi-Choice Nigeria. The decoder, which was 20,000 naira, has been reduced to 10,000 naira. The company announced the move was to attract more customers and curb declining subscriptions, according to the Chief Executive Officer of Multi-Choice Nigeria, John Ube, in a statement released on Tuesday. The offer was a way of rewarding customers' loyalty and delivering enhanced value to subscribers. He said that the company wants to ensure customers feel appreciated and have access to the best entertainment every day. Some of the subscribers appreciate this gesture and commended Multi-Choice Nigeria for the price on the decoder, but they want more.
I think it's a welcome development, especially in this time of economic hardship. You know, there's issue of hunger in Nigeria, and people are so much concerned about seeking money to take care of their family than saying that they could be paying for decoder or GoTV or DSTV.
Let me commend the management of Multi-Choice for what they have done. But at the same time, what they have done is not enough. I think it is high time that Multi-Choice really come back to actualize the yearnings of every Nigerian. All their customers have been asking them to start charging per viewing.
Pay as you go or pay as you watch. That would be more better. If they are adamant, they will at the receiving end. Because it's not a must, I must subscribe to your station. And don't forget, these days, when you have your mobile phone, whatever information needed, you can always get those information. So those are the things they have to bring together. If they still want more customers, they should still reduce it even from 50%.
During our visit to one of the Multi-Choice dealers' outlets in Abeokuta, it was confirmed that they have complied with the price latch on the decoders directed by the management of the company. Multi-Choice maintained that the price lash and the free upgrade initiative was a response to the noticeable economic impact on the everyday lives of Nigerians. As Soher Osemegi reporting for BeeTv News.
And let's now head to the business world. Afrigo, Nigeria's first domestic card scheme, launched by the Central Bank of Nigeria in partnership with the Nigeria Interbank Settlement System, has continued to record significant progress since its rollout in 2023. Developed to provide secure, dedicated, and high-quality payment services for Nigerians, Afrigo is reshaping the payment ecosystem by offering instant merchant settlements and supporting a wide range of sectors, including transportation. A key component of Afrigo's framework is its alignment with Nigerians' data sovereignty objectives, ensuring that sensitive financial data is retained within national infrastructure. Details of this and more from the business world. The scheme has seen rapid expansion in partnership with major financial institutions such as Sterling Bank, PalmPay, Access Bank, Unity Bank, Wema Bank, Union Bank, Stanbic IBTC, Zenith Bank, First Bank, and Keystone Bank. These banks are actively issuing Afrigo cards to customers, contributing to a rise in domestic card adoption and reducing reliance on foreign card schemes. One of the distinguishing features of Afrigo is its instant credit capability, enabling immediate settlement for payments made through point-of-sales terminals. This feature offers a distinct advantage for small and medium-sized enterprises, enhancing their cash flow and business efficiency. The Central Bank of Nigeria has issued a clarification regarding widespread misinformation on social media concerning alleged charges for bank verification number enrollment. In a statement released on Monday, the Apex Bank confirmed that BVN enrollment remains free of charge for all Nigerians residing within the country. The clarification followed public confusion stemming from online reports suggesting new charges linked to the BVN system. According to the CBN, the fee mentioned in recent discussions applies solely to the non-resident bank verification number platform, which is a service created to cater specifically to Nigerians living in the diaspora. Two of the world's most prominent figures in the fashion and luxury goods industry, Bernard Arnault and Amicio Ortega, have experienced significant financial losses following a decline in the stock performance of their respective companies. As of July 7th, Arnault, who serves as chairman and CEO of French luxury group LVMH Moet Hennessy Louis Vuitton SE, recorded a decrease of approximately $2.4 billion in his net worth, reducing his total to $148.1 billion. Simultaneously, Ortega, founder of Inditex, the parent company of Zara, saw a decline of $2.1 billion, bringing his estimated fortune to $119.2 billion. The losses were triggered by year-to-date drops in stock value. LVMH shares were trading at €476.75, reflecting a 24.97% decline from the beginning of the year. This follows a peak of €542.90 recorded in April 3rd. Inditex shares fell to €43.44, down 13.67% from January after reaching a high of €46.39 on March 19th. The luxury fashion industry has been impacted by rising global interest rates, reducing consumer spending, and increased economic caution across major markets, including China, Europe, and North America. Following a strong post-pandemic performance, investor sentiment has shifted, leading to more conservative evaluations in the high-end retail segment. These developments have contributed to ongoing market volatility within the global luxury sector, affecting major players and their shareholders. And that is it from the business world. Gosgift Omone reporting for BeeTv News. And now to the global scenes, where Erin Patterson has been convicted for murdering 3 family members and attempting to kill a 4th by serving a mushroom-laced meal at her home in Leongatha, Australia in July 2023. Also, at least 81 dead and dozens missing in Texas flood as more rains looms. BeeTv News correspondent Harmony Agbafor has more on this from the global scenes.
Erin Patterson has been found guilty of murdering 3 relatives and attempting to kill a 4th with a mushroom-laced meal at her home in Leongatha, Australia in July 2023. The lunch included beef Wellington allegedly made with deadly death cap mushrooms. 3 guests died and the 4th survived after a coma. Erin claimed it was a tragic accident, blaming a mix-up with foraged mushrooms and citing bulimia for her lack of symptoms. Over 9 weeks, the jury heard evidence of her lies, disposal of a food dehydrator, erased phone data, and suspicious behavior, including a false cancer claim used to lure guests. At least 81 people have died and 41 are missing after flash floods hit central Texas, with Kerr County worst affected. The flooding devastated Camp Mystic, a girls' summer camp, killing 68 people there, including 28 children. Rising river levels swept through the area in just 45 minutes early Friday morning. Rescue efforts continue amid hazardous conditions, with storms and venomous snakes hampering searches. Governor Greg Abbott vowed to find all the missing, while President Trump declared a federal disaster. Locals and volunteers are stepping in to support relief efforts, and condolences have come from around the world. Kenya's security forces have blocked major roads into central Nairobi ahead of the Saba Saba protest on July 7. The city is largely deserted, with businesses shut, schools advising students to stay home, and heavy police presence, especially near government buildings. The protests, led mostly by youth, demand good governance, accountability, and justice for victims of police brutality. They follow a wave of anti-government demonstrations and turned deadly, with 19 killed on June 25. Civil society groups accuse police of colluding with violent infiltrators, allegations the police deny. The protests mark the 35th anniversary of the original Saba Saba movement, a historic push for multi-party democracy in Kenya. And that is all from the global scenes. Harmony Agbafor reporting for BeeTv News.
And let's head to the entertainment world. Nollywood actress and filmmaker Ruth Kadiri has opened up about the long-standing public curiosity regarding her husband, Mr. Ezerika, and the private nature of their marriage. Also, Nigerian entertainer and disc jockey Florence Otedola, popularly known as DJ Copy, has publicly celebrated the recent accomplishments of her sisters, singer Tolani and actress Temi Otedola, while reflecting on the positive influence of their success in our own life. The report. In a recent interview on the Dear Ife podcast, hosted by Diary of a Niger Girl, Kadiri clarified that her decision to keep her marital life largely out of the public space is a deliberate choice rooted in personal values and a desire to avoid unnecessary drama. Kadiri, a mother of two, explained that her husband is actively involved in both her personal and public life, noting that they attend events and church services together. She emphasized that the privacy surrounding her relationship is not about secrecy, but about maintaining peace and protecting the sanity of her family. Kadiri also pointed out that her husband prefers a low profile and does not seek the limelight, which she respects and supports. The actress reiterated that she chooses to focus on her career and family without engaging in the trend of showcasing every detail of her personal life online, a move she believes helps her avoid distractions and maintain balance. In another development, DJ Cuppy celebrates sister Tolani and Temi, says their success inspires her. Tolani recently released her long-anticipated album titled Shit and Never Finished, while Temi made her debut in the film world with the release of her movie Miss Kanye. In a social media post shared via her official X handle, DJ Cuppy congratulated both siblings and acknowledged their achievements as a source of motivation. She dismissed the notion of sibling rivalry, stating that their accomplishments do not create pressure but rather serve as inspiration for her own pursuits. Cuppy emphasized the importance of supporting family members and using their growth as encouragement rather than comparison. The post reflects the close bond among the Otedola sisters despite their varied path in music, film, and entertainment. DJ Cuppy's message resonated with many fans who praised the unity and mutual support within the family. Afrobeat artist and social critic Seun Kuti has made fresh allegations against the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, accusing it of prioritizing the protection of political elites over the welfare of ordinary Nigerians. Kuti specifically referred comments made by Federal Capital Territory Minister Nyesom Wike during a recent media chat. According to Kuti, Wike's statement indirectly revealed that there is a coordinated effort within the political establishment to maintain the status quo. He suggested that Wike's disapproval of an emerging opposition coalition stemmed from fears that a shift in power might expose previous criminal activities within the ruling class. The Grammy-nominated musician further alleged that President Tinubu's administration has imposed harsh economic reforms that have increased the suffering of Nigerians while providing cover for corrupt politicians. He described the situation as a form of systematic wickedness disguised as bold leadership. Kuti called on Nigerians to critically analyze the motives behind government policies, arguing that the ruling elite continues to benefit from the current political and economic structure at the expense of the populace. Nollywood actress Chinelo Rita, popularly known as Chinelo Nwa, has publicly criticized her colleague Ruby Ojiako for failing to reach out following the recent death of her younger sister. The actress took to Instagram to express her pain and disappointment, highlighting what she described as insincere behavior and selective friendship within the entertainment industry. Chinelo revealed that Ojiako, who had previously requested her support during personal celebrations such as weddings, did not send condolences or check on her during her bereavement. She questioned the authenticity of such one-sided relationships and emphasized the emotional toll they take. She went on to condemn what she described as fake love within the film industry, accusing some colleagues of only maintaining relationships when it benefits them. According to Chinelo, the industry is rife with pretense and many actors fail to show genuine empathy when their peers are going through difficult times. The actress called for more authenticity and emotional reciprocity in professional relationships. She stressed the importance of matching energy and support, especially in moments of grief or hardship. Chinelo concluded her message by warning against superficial friendships and urging her colleagues to uphold sincerity and empathy both on and off screen. And that is it from the entertainment world. God's Gift reporting for BeeTv News. And now moving to the sports world. Super sub Esther Okoronkwo beats Ajibade Oshuolwa to win player of the match. The Super Falcons forward Esther Okoronkwo says she is focused on making a lasting impact for Nigeria at the 2024 Women's Africa Cup of Nations, regardless of her role in the starting lineup. Let's now join BeeTv News sports correspondent Freeman Osawe for details on this and more from the sporting world.
The 28-year-old delivered a standout performance after coming off the bench in Nigeria's 3-0 win over Tunisia in Casablanca on Sunday night, earning the Woman of the Match award. Her pace and movement stretched the Tunisian defense, winning fouls and creating openings. She capped her performance with a superb assist for Chinwendu Ihezuo's goal in the 84th minute, sealing the dominant win. With 6 goals in 15 appearances for the Super Falcons, Okoronkwo continues to build her international profile. Her performance has valuable depth to Nigeria's attacking options as they chase a record extending 10 to AFCON title. Nigeria next face Botswana in their second group game on July 10 before wrapping up the group stage against Algeria on July 13. Victor Gyökeres has reportedly made a significant financial sacrifice to help secure his transfer to Arsenal. According to record, the striker gave up €2 million from his proposed 5-year contract with the Gunners. His amount was then added to Arsenal's transfer offer to Sporting. Arsenal recently submitted a second bid for the Sporting forward, now totaling €65 million upfront for Sporting, with an additional $15 million in performance-related bonuses. Nigerian record holder with his monstrous thrower, Enekwechi smashed Janos Roberts' previous AR of 21.97 meter, obliterated his PB and Nigeria record of 21.91 million achieved at the same meet. Chukwuebuka Enekwechi wrote his name on the history books at the Eugene Diamond League by becoming the first man from Africa to throw over 22 million in the men's shot put event. The 22 Commonwealth silver medalist threw an African record AR of 22.10 to finish third in the highly contested event as Joe Kovacs threw a world-leading mark of 22.48, while Rogastin narrowly edged out Enekwechi for second place, throwing a personal best BP of 22.11 meter. With his monstrous throw, Enekwechi smashed Janos Roberts' previous AR of 21.97 meter and obliterated his PB and Nigeria record of 21.91 meter achieved at the same last year. Akira Nugent nudges Tobi Amusan to 100 meter victory at Uganda Amule. Akira Nugent bounced back to winning ways in consistent start to win the 2014 Classic Diamond League ahead of Tobi Amusa. World record holder Tobi Amusa succumbed to another defeat in the women's 100 meter, finishing behind Akira Nugent at the 2014 Classic Diamond League in Eugene. The star race, having followed the fastest woman in history, saw the Jamaican blaze to victory in a brilliant time of 12.82 seconds, beating a strong Amusa who ran 12.88 seconds as former world record holder Kenny Harrison was third in 12.50 seconds. Olympic champion Masai Rose settled for fourth in 12.51 seconds, while Tara Jones fell during the race. And that's the sport news tonight. Freeman Osawe reporting for BeeTv News.
And that is the size of our news package for tonight. Many thanks for joining us on BeeTv Major News at 6. I am God's Gift Omone. Have a good night.